showdowns, mate. Could you just share a few thoughts on what the association with variety and the state's most iconic footy game means to you and the club?
Yeah, first of all, it's obviously, I'm pretty proud to be an ambassador. I think this is my second year. Working with variety, last year was pretty interrupted, so looking forward to being involved a little bit more this year. And we did some stuff over Zoom last year, but hopefully some more face-to-face stuff this year. And it's great to be involved. That variety is involved with the showdown, and it's a great partnership that variety have with the showdown. It's always nice to get that variety shield back in the rooms after a win.
What sort of stuff do you do with the kids, mate?
Well, last year, obviously, we were a bit hampered with COVID, but just some Zoom calls with some kids, and just getting involved with the young kids is always good to give back a little bit.
The match is noted as the biggest between the two clubs. How good is it that something good comes from it off the field rather than just being a fight on the field?
Yeah, it's great. Obviously, it's always nice to win a game of footy, but when you can have a bit more of an impact in the community and for some people that are doing it a bit tougher than what we are, it's always nice to look at the bigger picture and impact some people outside of footy.
Darcy, what was your first thoughts when you found out that Pep was going to take some personal leave?
It's obviously pretty disappointing for Pep. Mental health is something that's really prevalent in our communities at the minute, and we're going to give Pep the time he needs to get himself right and work with some people that are going to help him. And I think it's important that we give him some privacy and some time away and some time to really focus on himself. So we're looking forward to getting Pep back in the club, but whenever that is, remains to be seen.
This is a leadership group member. When did you find out about the issues that he's facing at the moment?
We had a few days off during the week, and it was obviously tough to come together and speak to it, but the club was able to work through with him, and I found out a couple of days ago.
There have been reports questioning his commitment to the club this pre-season. What has he been like this pre-season?
Obviously Pep lived with Boki for a long period of time, so he trains really hard, and when he's at the club he gives everything, so we can't really question his commitment in that area.
So on the field he's been great this pre-season?
Yeah, obviously he has his hand injury, which is disappointing for him, but on the field he's been really good.
Obviously Paddy Ryder took a bit of time out as well, mate. It's become, like you said, it's more prevalent in the community. When you hear one of your mates is struggling, what can you do as a teammate, and does the news sort of shock you a little bit, or is it now expected, or you're grateful that he said something? How do you feel about it?
Obviously grateful that he's had the courage to come forward and let us know that he is struggling, and all you can really do is put your arm around him and reach out to him and help him and make sure that he's got the structures in place around him to get better.
Is this your first real taste of being in the leadership group and having an issue within the playing group to deal with?
I suppose there's always little stuff in the leadership group that you have to discuss and talk about, and this is probably the first real major one that's come out, and it's going to be a great learning for me as a growing leader and someone that wants to be a leader of the club. So it's not in great circumstances, but we'll rally around Pep and give him the support he needs.
Have you enjoyed stepping into that group so far this season?
Yeah, it's been really enjoyable actually. To learn off guys like Tommy and Hamish and Ollie and the coaches around me as well. It's been really good to get involved in the leadership side and start to come out of my shell a bit more and be more of a leader and an older person in the group.
How would you describe preparation for the season? Those two games against Adelaide are blowout margins. Was that ideal, or do you feel as if you're ready?
It is what it is, I guess. We can't really do much about it and change it. I think we played some pretty good footy in those two games, and we were looking to obviously build on that in round one, and there's always little things you need to work on as a group and individually, and I think we're in a pretty good position heading into round one.
Tom Jonas said yesterday that last year you were driven but fell short. This year you're hungry. How does that play out? How do you define that you're a more hungrier group, and what are you doing to prove it?
Yeah, I suppose falling short in the years prior, we hadn't played much finals footy and hadn't had that experience. So to get so close, it does sting, and then I think that disappointment turns into hunger, and when you do get so close, you just really strive to go that couple of steps more the next year.
Did you notice that on the training track or on the way in which you prepared this year, that there's an extra effort or an extra commitment to do better?
Yeah, I suppose. I think we've got a really strong list and we're really tight for spots, and the competition for spots is really heating up, and there's going to be some guys that are really stiff to miss out round one, but I think that only improves the training standards within the group, and we had a great summer. Everyone came back in really good order, and I think the competition for spots and the training standards have only helped us improve.
Last year there was a question on whether Port Adelaide had enough height in defence. You've got a Lear now. What's he adding? What are you seeing from when playing alongside him?
He's been great to play with. Obviously, those 2 games, he does add a different dimension. He's really aggressive in the air, and he takes his marks, and provides a real presence down there for us. So I think he's only going to add to the group and help us improve.
Darcy, when you look at the competition for spots, mate, they're probably no greater than in your area. When you look at some of the names you've brought in and some of the players who weren't playing on the weekend, you hit out on Saturday, tomorrow. Is that round one defining for guys like Hamish who missed out, didn't play against the Crows?
I think so. I think obviously it's important to get yourself peaking at the right time of year, and unfortunately for Hamish, he's had a little niggle, and he's probably got this week to prove himself for round one, and like I said before, even if he doesn't play, there's going to be guys that are really stiff to miss out.
So how do you deal with that as a player like Hamish, or not specifically Hamish, but him, Birdo, Lock Jones, you, then Aaliyah, Closet, the back line's enormously stacked. So how do you deal with the pressure of making sure that you do need to perform?
I think you don't want to think about it too much and get caught up in it all. I think you play your best footy when you just go out and play and forget about that kind of stuff. And we're a really tight group in the back line, so we're always there to support each other. And those guys that do miss out, they're going to have an arm around them, and they're going to get the support and hunger that they need to get back in.
So what sort of heat can the forwards expect then? Blokes are going full tight odds to sort of secure their spot of heat. Training's really competitive, and we've got a really talented forward line, so us backs are always on edge, and it's really tough at training to keep those forward guys in check.
Darcy, how do you think you'd go creating a showdown shield? Are you a creative type?
Oh, not really, to be honest, mate. Probably struggle. But it's a great initiative to have people out there, with the opportunity to design it, and I'm sure it's exciting for the community to be able to, hopefully, put their artistic stuff into it.
Thanks, Darcy.
Cheers.
Thanks, mate. Good job, mate.
Oh, yes.
So round one, you guys are away, but fans can travel and grab tickets, mate. What boost would it give you guys to hear your fans come support you against North Melbourne?
It's something that we're really looking forward to as a club. It's obviously great to get the fans back in the stadiums, and even on the weekend against the Crows, they're out in force, and we could really feel their support, and it gives you a real pep in your step when you do hear the fans there, and it'd be great to get some fans travelling over to North Melbourne and then back for our home games as well. So it's something we're really looking forward to.
Perfect. Thank you, mate.